Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Arcade1up Street Fighter 2 edition. Again, yeah, I did a couple of modifications and reviews about this cabinet because here in my country, yeah, there's only one I can pick up for a decent amount of money. Nevertheless, we're going to do a modification, we're going to do a teardown. I'm going to show you how you can modify your cabinet. It's very easy, but you of course just need to know what you need to do. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to rip it apart, we're going to stick a Pandora's box in it, and we're going to be naughty, yeah. And yeah, we're going to modify the display, everything. Yeah, there are a lot of stuff you need to do, and I do like the buttons, but I really hate the joysticks. Alright, let's go. I'm excited. Alright, so in this video we are going to take a close look at the Pandora Box CX, the nightmare never ends. And of course we're going to get ourselves a cable harness. I did more like this combo deal with the Chinese where I bought it from, it's pretty cool. And I got a very long cable harness because there are quite some different versions out there. Also it included a cable for the speaker, and converter, and some other things that I'm going to need in this video. But okay, so let's start with the teardown and let's go. Okie dokie, so the first step that we're going to do is removing the control panel. It can be done very easily with the 4 screws over here. If you didn't assemble it, this is the only way you can basically disassemble it. It's so easy. What I like about these Arcade1ups, they are so easily put together, but also if you want to do a quick teardown, you want to do some modifications, it's super easy to do. Okay, so the 4 screws have been removed. Let's pull out the control panel. The first thing we need to do is removing the EDA connector like this, very easily. You can just be very gentle while pulling it out. I'm not going to use this one, and the only thing that we're going to use in this modification I will show you just now. As you can see over here, everything, I must say the cable management of the Arcade1up is just very nice. So but first I want to keep the original joystick, but that's way too much work in my opinion. You need to resolder on everything. Okay, so let's remove the cables from the buttons. Oh, man, I really hate doing this, by the way. And I don't have the right tool for it, but that's one of the ways you can do it. Just pull them off, and of course we're going to remove them all like this. Okay, so we're going to remove the control board. We're not going to use this in this build. I think nobody is using it anymore. So that's the thing that you need to take consideration. If you're using a Pi, you will need a different encoder board, but with the Pandora box, we don't need an encoder board at all, and that's something I'm going to show you. That's what I really like about the Pandora box builds. Okay, so let's remove these two, because I'm going to remove the switch from the on and off and the volume control, and we'll replace them with 2 buttons, because I need a coin and a pause button. The measurement of these buttons will slightly be smaller than all the other ones I'm using in this build, simply because you don't need to have big buttons. It's just for a coin and a pause, of course. Okay, so it's time to clean up. So what I'm going to do is remove all the tie wraps like this, and then we're going to do the other part of the teardown. And again, I'm not going to use most of these parts. What I'm going to use in this build, I'm going to use the buttons, because with the newer generation Street Fighter 2 cabinets, the buttons are not like Sanwa or something, or like cheap Chinese, but I do like them. I don't know what kind of brand they are, but I really like them, so I'm going to use the original buttons. But if you're going to combine this with a Pandora box, it's just way easier to get yourself a right joystick. You just plug and play, it's more like a Sanwa clone. As you can see with the original one, I just needed to do so much soldering, I had no time for it. So I'm just going to remove these, and I'm going to replace them with Chinese Sanwa clones. You can also use original Sanwas, but I think the clone version of the Sanwa are just good enough for this build. Alright, so the only thing that we need to do is remove the 4 screws. And that's it. Okay, so I already removed the on and off switch and the volume control. As you can see over here, I just got this tiny version of the arcade buttons laying around. So yeah, why not? Just for the pause and the coin button. Yeah, next up, we're going to position the new joysticks. And sadly, man oh man, I can't use the original hole, so I need to drill 4 new one. But nevertheless, it's very easy to do. I'm going to take some time. And when I'm done, it will look just great. As you can see over here, this is just assembled like I love to do it, with RVS Parkers, with a little ring beneath them. So it's ready, it looks sweet, and we're going to assemble it. Before we're going any further, we're just going to assemble the monitor adapter, because I need to power on the Pandora's box. I'm going to use the EO tester for configuring the control panel, But before we go into that, we need to remove this box. The box also includes the main board, the game, etc. But we're not going to use all of those, so I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to get myself the kit from AliExpress, or there are some different ways you can get it. Oh, alright, so let's see what we're going to get the inside. Here we're having the other part of the EDA connection. We need to remove this screw over here, because otherwise I can't remove the main board. Okay, next up, we're ready. So it's removed, and I'm going to show you what you're going to get within the box itself, because we're going to need the adapter, and we're going to plug it in the original cables of the monitor. Alright, so in this box we're going to get all of the parts that we're going to need for assemble the Pandora box on our original Arcade1up monitor. Okay, so as you can see over here we're having the control board that has a VGA, DVA and HDMI input. I really like it. Also we're going to get this control board so we can adjust the volume, the brightness, everything from the monitor now. We couldn't do that with the original, so I'm very glad we can do it now. Be careful when plugging in this cable that you're going to put it in the right position. So as you can see, the red or the voltage is on the left side, so don't switch it out, otherwise you're going to fry your main board. So that's something, just swap it out like this and then you're ready to go. This is one of the two cables and that's it. Alright, we can remove it for now. I just want to assemble it later so we can find the right position where I'm going to put it. So the strange thing is I needed to put it on here simply because my cable was way too short. With my previous build I didn't have the problem and I couldn't put it on a better position. But yeah, nevertheless, it's ready. Let's go. Alright, so we're ready for assemble the main board to the control panel. I already booted up the EO tester, as you can see over here, so we can check out which button goes with what cable. Very easy to do. I think it's one of the best ways to do, but it's more my personal opinion. Okay, so let's first going to put the back cable in position. We're going to put them. And be careful that you're going to put it in the right position, otherwise your cable will be short and you can't get everything on the right position. Alright. So basically what I'm doing, without even seeing the manual, you're just going to check out which color goes for what player. Then you're going to connect it with the buttons. Very easily, like this. You open it up, you can press a button. As you can see over there, it will say that it has the certain function. It's super easy to do. And I'm just loving doing it. And take in consideration that the CX DX has possibility for 8 buttons nowadays. So if you want to, you can use it, but you need to have a special cable for it, because this cable only supports the 6-button Pandora boxes. Next up, we're going to plug it in the main board itself of the Pandora box, so we also have sound. So as you can see now, I connected everything, the HDMI, Pandora box. I tie wrapped everything up, so it looks very neat. And we have a lot of room, so if you want to use it for something different. Yep, so this is what you're going to get inside, guys. So let's take a close look at the Pandora box and the final result. I think the Pandora box is just a great way to modify your Arcade1up. It's very easy to do, plug and play, no programming whatsoever. And with the cable harness, you don't even need a freaking encoding board. So personally, I think it's just a great way to do so.
A little bitch.
So in this video I just used the Pandora's Box CX. And we have so many different mainboards, the DX, the Pandora Game 3D. In the end, it doesn't even matter what kind of version you are using. I think it's just a super easy way to plug and play, get yourself a cable harness, a Pandora's box, get yourself an arcade machine, and you can do this modification very easily by yourself if you want to. I already did give you a quick overview how you need to do this. If you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comments. If you want to have more information about the Pandora Box CX, I did a separate review about this product itself. That's the reason why I didn't go too deep in the product itself. It's more like an Arcade1up modification, especially for you guys. If you have any questions, you know, leave it in the comments. But thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell. Come with the Wicked family, and I will see you in the next video.